Hey guys, what is going on? It is Chris here today. We are looking ahead to NBA for the 11th of November. Yes, I have been gone for a little bit. I do apologize, but we are back at it today. So if you can give us a like and a follow, we definitely would appreciate it. We are going to break down, like I said, NBA for Fanduel today with the 5 game slate. So hopefully, you guys all been doing pretty good. Things been going pretty well as well. Personal life's been going well. So, like I said, hope you guys been doing pretty good as well. So, if you guys are still interested at all in premium, like I said, it's only $5. Sorry, $6 for a day pass for NBA, $5 for NFL day pass, $30 for a monthly pass for NBA, 2 lineups per day for FanDuel or DraftKings. You guys pick, or you can do one of each. If you guys are interested, check us out on our Twitter. That'll be in the comment section below. Click that link right there. That will take you right to our Twitter, which is right here. And give us a follow and message us if you guys want to get in. It's going to be one cash lineup and one GPP lineup for you guys for the main slate. We also have been dabbing into prize picks. If you guys are interested in that, we have that available. If you do not have if you do not have Twitter, we do have our email, which will be down there as well. All right, let's go get into it. Last night, the scores were absolutely crazy. I saw like 430, 440, so crazy, crazy scores. Tonight, games are a little bit later. This is obviously Pacific time that you guys are seeing, so let's get into it. First one that we're going to look at here is Grizzlies and the Knicks at 231, and we do have a 10.5, so this one should, on paper, should be a blowout. Let's look at DVP since we're a little bit farther into the season, we can kind of start looking at DVP. And this is very important. I'll break it down for you guys a little bit. DVP is basically defense first position. It's just how good or how bad the team is against, the position. So basically for this, there's a lot of colors, 3 colors, but a lot of numbers. Red means they're really, really good at the position. The lower red number is means they're really, really good at it. The higher the green is means they're really, really bad at it. Then obviously yellow means they're just mediate. So, and then this right here sorts them overall with all these categories. So, yeah, let's get into it. So Memphis is actually pretty good against the center position. They do give up quite a bit of field goal percentage and rebounds, and they do give up quite a bit of blocks. So overall, they're really good against centers, but the field goal percentage is high, rebounds are high, and blocks are high. One guy that comes to my mind is Mitchell Robertson, right? His field goal is pretty high because he shoots, 2 feet away. But the big thing with Mitchell Robertson is we don't know if he's going to play tonight, and if he does play, he's going to play about 15 to 18 minutes. So just remember that at $4,300, you really are taking a big risk with him. So he doesn't have a ton of upside, but I mean, 32 and 29, I guess that's relatively high upside. And like I said, Memphis struggles against points and rebounds and blocks, and that's what Mitchell Robertson does. So I could see you guys doing, picking him in some deep GPP tournaments, but I wouldn't put him everywhere, obviously. Um, see, yeah, so let's go back to it. So yeah, there's Mitchell Robertson. They do struggle against point guard and small forwards quite a bit. So I think Brunson could absolutely eat in this one. The only thing is like I said, the spread is massive. Memphis gives up a ton of 3 pointers, 3.3 made per game. Assists is way up there. Field goal percentage. I mean, on paper, Brunson should be able to eat in this one, but he has been passing the ball quite a bit more. So I still think it's going to be a good game for Brunson. So I don't mind looking at him. And then you got guys like Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby. I think they're in okay spots, but once again, this could be a blowout. So I don't know how much exposure I want to them, but I still think they're good. Consider it cash game plays. If Mitchell Robertson is out, Josh Hart comes into play a little bit more, especially with the rebounds. And Towns gets a little bit of bump with the rebounds as well. Don't mind looking at. Let's go look at the Knicks defense real quick. I don't mind looking at Santa Almada as well. He's a little bit cheaper than I think he should be here. Like I said, he's a power forward. As you see, Knicks do struggle against power forwards, and if Robertson's not out to help, then, But Santa Almada, as we know, he's a mid-range and a three-point shooter. Gives up 20.3 per game to power forwards, 3-point shot, 3, boom, right there. And then blocks right there. So, I think Santa Almada, I think he's in a good spot at 4,900. Price really, really came down. Still playing relatively good minutes for a $4,900 price tag. Had 33 last time out, 31, and then had a 19 against Dallas. But he's still shooting the ball really good. Just got to make sure he gets his rebounds and a couple of his assists. But I think he can get you about 24 to 26 in this one. Maybe a little bit more upside, but I think he's worth a look. Not a must play, but trying to find some plays that people aren't going to have that could pop off. But besides that, nothing too crazy. I think John Morant could be worth a look in a GPP. Um, we go see, well, free throw percentage, assists, but yeah, they're actually number one against points. So maybe not John Morant in this one. I mean, you could look at it, maybe some, get some 3-pointers off. But main guys I'm looking at here is going to be Brunson, Mitch Robertson in GPP, Santa Almeida and some GPP hybrids. Towns, for sure, could be all right. But like I said, it is definitely could be a blowout. But if Brunson's going to be passing the ball, and if it sucks against, assist to point guards, and I think Towns definitely could eat in this one. So don't mind a couple in that one. Toronto and Brooklyn. Let's go look at the total real quick here for you guys. Where are we at? There we are. 232 and a 10.5. So this one on paper should be a blowout as well. Brooklyn is absolutely horrendous. So this really is a good spot on paper for Toronto. Fantasy wise, they should absolutely eat. So yeah, let's go break it down. So at the center position, they are really bad. I think it's 150 is the highest number you can get, so they're really, really bad. Give up a ton of points. Field goal percentage is massive. Massive amount of rebounds given up. Ton of blocks. Ton of turnovers. A couple steals. Unfortunately, Toronto doesn't have the strongest center tonight. You got Jacob Poeltl, and he is coming off like it's an injury. He didn't play last game. He had a back issue, so just remember that's a back issue with the big guy. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get Jacob Poeltl to the locker room at halftime just because of a back. So just keep that in mind. But I also don't mind Jacob Poeltl because Brooklyn sucks. If he plays, anywhere from 23 to 26 minutes, he's probably gonna hit it for you. So 51, I don't mind Jacob Poeltl. We'll go look at Brooklyn here in a second. Same thing like Scotty Barnes. Like these guys all should eat Scotty Barnes. I'm not the biggest fan of Ingram tonight. I'd rather take Scotty Barnes. They give up a ton of points to power forwards, 26.7, 51% field goal percentage, a ton of rebounds, ton of assists. That's exactly what Scotty Barnes does. So I think power forward for him could be locked in. But like I said, the blowout is just really sucks. Don't mind looking at RJ Barrett here in some GPPs. I also don't mind looking at Emmanuel quickly. Recently, Brooklyn has been giving up a ton of 3-pointers. I forgot how many it is, but they've been giving up a ton of threes, a ton of assists, quite a bit of steals. Um, I don't know. I mean, I get it. Like it's Brooklyn's best, guarded spot, but still, 64th overall is really not that great. I don't know. I don't think a lot of people are gonna have quickly, and I think he could be in a pretty good spot at 6,600. So, quickly. Quickly, Barnes and Poyle are probably my favorite three, and then RJ Barrett and then Ingram. Moving over here to the Brooklyn side, there is a little bit of GPP upside in this one. Obviously, you don't want to be stacking this game, but Toronto does have a little bit of vulnerability issues. Sorry about that. There we go. Okay, so the big thing here I want to talk about is Michael Porter. He's a perfect GPP spot today. Look, I get small forward overall; they're pretty good, but if you like really dive into the numbers for Toronto, they've been giving up a ton of 3-pointers. They've been giving up a couple blocks, some nice rebounds, especially in the last week and a half or so. So I don't mind taking a shot with Michael Porter. If they're going to stay in this game, it's going to be Michael Porter. Another one I don't mind looking at is Nicholas Claxton. So Toronto's 143rd overall. I know Poeltl hasn't been playing the full time, but also Poeltl's not healthy. He's still having back issues, so I wouldn't be surprised if Nicholas Claxton has a good game. Really good GPP tournament, I think at low ownership. 51% overall field goal percentage given for Toronto. Rebounds is massive, 14.3 given up per game. Ton of blocks, ton of turnovers. So I don't know. I mean, I think Claxton could be a slight eat in this game. 6,300. One of my favorite mid-range guys on the slate. Even in 22 minutes, he got 29 fantasy points. So I could see this potentially being a good game for Nicholas Claxton, 35 plus, easy in this one. So watch out for Claxton, probably one of my dark horses so far, but probably the only dark horse on that one besides Porter. So, but yeah, let's get back into it. Golden State and Oklahoma City. Like I said, we're diving in a little bit deeper into these. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying it. If you guys are enjoying the DVP and you like that, then leave a like. It shows that you guys are appreciating it. Golden State and Oklahoma City in this one. All right, we have a 228 and a 7.5. So overall, OKC should eat in this one. The defense for OKC is really really good. I don't really see anyone I care for the Warriors. I mean, they do give up some 3 pointers a little bit, so maybe Curry. But I mean, overall, OKC's just really good defense right now. And most of their main guys are in there. Besides Wiggins is out, and I think Caruso he might be back. But really feeling too many Golden State guys. Let's go look at Golden State defense real quick, and then they do struggle against the point guard massively. They give up 25 points per game to point guards, free throw percentage 84%, assists 9.4, and 2 steals per game. So Shea should absolutely eat this game. Probably one of your top plays of the slate, obviously, with how expensive he is. But also don't I wouldn't be surprised if Isaiah Hartenstein has a half decent game, especially Chet Holmgren. I think Chet Holmgren could be one of your better plays. Golden State struggles massively against power forwards at the 3 point, and Chet Holmgren loves his mid range and his 3 pointers. They struggle against field goal percentage, rebounds they give up. So I think Chet Holmgren could have a pretty solid game here. I don't think he's like, oh, let's take over, but at 7,600, I think he probably gets you 38 to 40 in this one. Had 21 and 7 last time out. I think it's a good spot for Chet Holmgren. And same thing with Isaiah Hartenstein, but I think he'll be a little bit more owned than Chet Holmgren just because of the price tag difference. So just keep that one in mind. But I don't have a ton on this one. I think Ajayi Mitchell could be worth a look if he's coming off the bench. But Golden State's been really stingy with shooting guards. They have not been giving up a lot of points to shooting guards, and that's kind of what Mitchell and Wallace kind of are, / Joe. So I think Shea Gilgeous is who I'm looking at. And maybe some Chet Holmgren, Isaiah Hartenstein, and that's mostly all. All right, moving on to Boston and Philly in this one. We got a 230 and 1.5, so on paper, one of the better ones here to look at. So Joel Embiid is going to be out again. So let's go look at the DVP real quick. At Philly defense, so they actually are really good against the point guard position. So I'm not really on Derek White tonight. They aren't that good against shooting guards. Peyton Pritchard's not really your shooting guard. I mean, he is, but he's more of a point guard, shooting guard. So I don't mind him. They do give up quite a bit of 3 pointers to shooting guards, so I could see Peyton Pritchard having a good game here, but also like a shooting guard, small forward, Jaylen Brown. So that's where I would rather go more here in this one for Boston. I think Brown could really have a good game. Is he must have? No, but it's a 231. I think Brown could pop off, especially in the 3 point category and a couple of rebounds as well. So don't mind looking that way. They do have Keita as their center for Boston, and without Joel Embiid, they really do struggle. They field goal percentage 61%, rebounds 14.3, steals and blocks are absolutely massive. So I know Keita's not like the greatest center out there, but I think you got to give him a look. But he's going to be, Drummond's a little bit cheaper, so it's either Keita or Drummond. Who's going to pop off. Keita doesn't really have a high usage. He's more of a rebound kind of guy, so if it was a larger slate, I'd probably go Keita, but I mean Drummond, you got to go Drummond. There's going to be no Joel Embiid. He's going to get 25, 30 minutes. Bona's behind him. He's not that great. Everyone's going to have Drummond at 45, so just keep that in mind. So yeah, Drummond, Keita's worth a look at GPPs. Sam Hauser could be worth a look at some GPPs, but not much. Jaylen Brown, and I'm not really on VJ Edgecombe tonight too much, so. And not really on Maxey. I mean, we can go look at Boston. We'll see, but he's so expensive. Yeah, I mean, Boston's really good overall. So Not really touching too much over there for for Philly. Like I said, Drummond's probably going to be your main one. I know they're really good overall, but they do give up a ton of rebounds and they give up a lot of blocks, and that's kind of what Drummond's kind of thing is there. So, like I said, don't mind going that way. Who's their power forward? Watford. He's not really a power forward. Okay. But yeah, so I don't have a ton. Brown, like I said, and Drummond's probably your main ones, and Kada and GPPs. Indiana and Utah, another high scoring one in this one. And like I said, Peyton Pritchard as well in some GPPs. We have a 233 and a 2.5 in this one. All right. So Nimbard should be playing once again. Let's go look at the defense for Utah real quick. All right, and as you see, they struggle against shooting guards and power forwards, so Siakam could definitely eat in this one. Shooting guard could be Aaron Neesmith. He does like to shoot 3-pointers. They give up 29 per game to shooting guards, so and 4.7. Holy cow, 4.7 3-pointers made. That's insane. So there's going to be some open shots here for these guys. They're not really your three-point ballers, but I think Aaron Neesmith could probably ball if he needs to. Nimbard's probably going to knock down a little bit. Jarris Walker might be able to knock down a little bit. He's a small forward, power forward. So don't mind, like I said, don't mind those guys. And then obviously Pascal Siakam should absolutely eat in this one. So don't mind a 2-3, even a 4-man stack. Probably not 4-man, probably 2-3-man. For Indiana if that's the way that you were going to go in that one. All right, let's go look at the Indiana defense real quick. Small forward, shooting guard, power forward, they're actually all pretty good at. They do struggle a little bit against the center in the point guard position, so you can maybe look at Keontae George, Nurk, but this is a back-to-back here for Utah, so I don't know how flat they're going to be. But like I said, Nurk's getting up there in age. He's still popping, but I don't have I don't know. I mean, it's a 230, so I mean, I think I'm looking at Keontae George. I mean, if if Collier starts, you can put him back in the lineup. Markkanen's gonna have to score. Someone's gonna have to score if it's a 230 plus total here. So, Markkanen, like I said, another guy that you can look at. But I mean, they're not that bad against power forwards. Only 3.8. So, I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting one there for sure. All right, so that's mostly it. As normal, if you guys want to get in on premium, let us know. Our Twitter will be in the comment section below. Click that link right there. We'll take you to our Twitter. Message us. We'll get you all set up. And also, we do have our in the comment section below. If you guys want to message us, there's our Twitter right here. Chris Anthony NBA one's going to be the best way for you guys to find us. So, once again, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, and we'll see you guys in the next one.